Get up, you son of a bitch! Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Yeah, you already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, we went from Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, Netflix, to Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be one of the most viewed boxing event of this year. Whether you like it or not, it probably will be most viewed than Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, in which Bud Crawford, as we all know, became a 5-division world champion, time Floyd Mayweather, and enhancing his undisputed legacy and becoming the 3-division undisputed world champion, the only man in the history of the sport of boxing to become a 3-division undisputed world champion. The other guys that only have 2 is Alexander Usyk and Naoya Inoue. So look, there was it was one of the biggest, it was an upset, not one of the biggest upset in terms of the betting odds and stuff like that. But I really thought that, Canelo Alvarez was going to come through and win that fight with Bud Crawford, in which Canelo Alvarez did it. So shout out to Terence Bud Crawford for beating Canelo Alvarez. But I'm not going to say that performance captivated the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. I did think that certain spots captivated and won the hearts of many, like when there was trading and Bud Crawford took it and dished it and took it. Like, I don't believe a lot of people thought that he was going to take those type of punches from Canelo Alvarez in exchanges. And then by the end of the fight, we'll be saying that, damn, Terence Bud Crawford got a better chin than Canelo Alvarez, who's been regarded as having one of the best chins in the history of the sport of boxing, or probably the best chin in the history of the sport of boxing. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like. Y'all already know, man, we're going to cut this one short if it's not going to be a content and a live that people want to get engaged with, because I understand that this is just an exhibition for many. A lot of people been wanting to see what's good, bang, what's good, D. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see throughout the years Gervonta Tank Davis step inside the ring with likes of Teofimo Lopez, with likes of Devin the Dream Haney, with likes of Shakur Stevenson, with the likes of Vasily Lomachenko. But we got to give him a little break on that one, because before the Lamont Roach, Gervonta Tank Davis was in negotiations with Vasily Lomachenko, and Vasily Lomachenko decided to retire. But let's not also forget that way before that, Gervonta Tank Davis had the opportunity to face Vasily Lomachenko, but Mayweather Promotions felt like he was not ready for that type of competition. Thus, Teofimo Lopez did Gervonta Tank Davis dirty work in the lightweight division and became the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. I know that the WBC franchise really tampered with the legacy of Teofimo Lopez, but everybody knew that fight in the lightweight division versus Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko was regarded as undisputed. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez for doing Gervonta Tank Davis dirty work. Now, how we go from those type of fights, how we go from the fights of Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez undisputed, Brian Castano versus Jamel Charlo only did 7,000 seats, 7,000 seats undisputed. The hardcore boxing fans always want to preach that they want to see the best fighting the best. But let's be real, let's be honest. Do we put value on the best versus the best? Let's be real, let's be honest. Do we put, as a boxing community, value on the best versus the best? Jazz said, blame American boxing fans. Oh, yeah, we going to, oh, yeah. No. Don't blame it on Floyd. Don't do that. Don't. It's every time, Jazz. I like the first one. I like the first comment. But every time we go back to blaming Floyd. No, Floyd fought everybody. Floyd fought champions. Hey, yo, let me say it like this. Floyd Mayweather was so good. And we're going to be talking about this thing about a lot of people saying, yo, Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather. Shut the F up. No, he's not. Shut the F up. No, he not. But Crawford is not better than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is that great that you could cut Floyd Mayweather's resume in half. Floyd Mayweather is so great, and I keep on saying this throughout the years. Floyd Mayweather is so great. I don't give a damn if y'all don't like his attitude. I don't give a damn if y'all don't like his personality. Floyd Mayweather is so great that you could cut Floyd Mayweather's career in half, and we're talking about two people going into the Hall of Fame. We're talking about Pretty Boy, and we're talking about Money May. That's how great he is. That's how great Floyd Mayweather is. That we could cut him in half. Sometimes we be, hey, yo, Floyd Mayweather is so great that we be like, hey, yo, my man, yo, I think that Pretty Boy Floyd could beat Money May. No. I think that Money May could be Pretty Boy. No. I think that Money May was a better defensive fighter, but Pretty Boy Floyd was more, he tried to go for the knockout. We talk about Floyd Mayweather like if he's two different people. That's how great Floyd Mayweather is. I don't want to hear that bullshit about that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather, because being Earl Spence and Canelo Alvarez is not enough for me. And it shouldn't be not enough for you. But I understand that we live in a society today. It's what have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. Y'all be singing the Janet Jackson song and shit like that. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. As many fights go by and years go by, I actually start missing this guy. I actually miss Floyd Mayweather. I do, man. I do. He could talk the talk and walk the walk. I actually do. The more that we see, I actually do. What's good, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge? The voice of the UK, London, bro. Pretty Boy Floyd stops Crawford. Money May schools him. Yeah, you see how we talk about him, Jazz? That's how great Floyd Mayweather is. That we be like, yo, man, you know that Pretty Boy Floyd, he'll dust Bud Crawford. Money May, he'll school him. That's how great Floyd Mayweather is, bro. That we talk about Floyd like if he's two different people. Dime lo que es Rafi. He said, man, X-Tank fan here. F-Tank for real. Wait a minute. Don't leave the wagon, Mike, yet. Don't leave the wagon yet. What it allegedly, and rumor has it, that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to get nearly $200 million to fight Jake Paul. That's the rumor for now on. I don't know, maybe it's exaggerated, but that's what a lot of people are saying right now within the business, in the industry of the sport of boxing. You cannot fault Gervonta Tank Davis for turning down you can't say, yo, Tank, come on, man, fight Lamont Roach. But I could fight Jake Paul for $200 million in Netflix, and I'm the A side at that too. You saw he's the A side. Tank Davis is the A side with Jake Paul. Tank Davis is the A side with Jake Paul. They said $40 million for an exhibition. Psst, that's $40 million. That's more than his whole purse, his whole career earnings already. If they say even $40 million, that's just, hey, yo, put it this way, Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. Terence Crawford got $50 million to go and dare to be great and fight Canelo Alvarez. And Gervonta Tank Davis getting $4 million, $10 million less to fight an exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, who's fault? Who is to blame for this? We come from the school. We come from the community. We come as a hardcore boxing fans and saying, and we understood that when a fighter gets the most money, it's because he takes the most risk. That's why we also, there used to be a phrase in the sport of boxing that don't mean that is obsolete. That is absent. It's no mas. It's like a dinosaur. There used to be a phrase in the sport of boxing that says, high risk. You know it. You say it right now. I hear you, but I can't hear you. High risk, high reward. In the sport of boxing, it's not like that. It's not like that no more. It's not high risk, high reward. Now it's high risk, low reward. And if you in the business of boxing, you'd be like, damn, I'm stupid. I'm not going to risk my golden goose if I can make way more money fighting this one, fighting this one. Jake was clear to A side in the presser. Charles Edward, guess over the building. La música de queso. Vamos a hablar de esta vaina. Energy.
Say he's got his own money. I mean, the boy has got his own money.
Dímelo, dímelo, suénalo, suénalo. All right, DJ Canelo, Alex Sensation. Págame la música, yanketing. Very disappointed in Canelo selling out to Turkey, Joshua said. Man, I told you from the beginning what was going to happen, Joshua. I told you from the beginning what was going to happen. Box Latino TV in the building. Dímelo, okay, Box Latino TV. The punch from boxing. Yo le dije a la gente. People ain't want to say, first people were saying that I was hating on Canelo Alvarez. Then I was picking Canelo Alvarez to beat Terence Crawford. Then they said that I hated on Terence Crawford. I don't win over here. I do not win. We went from Bud versus Canelo. We went from Bud versus Canelo to Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. There's a problem, folks. There's an issue here, folks. We went from Gervonta Tank Davis versus Tio, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko, Gervonta Tank Davis with Jake Paul. We got a problem here, folks. And I've been seeing, I've been hearing, I'll be in X form known as Twitter. Not doing the rematch first is terrible. Hey. But yo, queso, if the and queso, you know, queso. He's going after the queso. He's going after the queso. Gervonta Tank Davis, if it's rumored that he's making $200 million, right? Now, Bram Stobax and I say he's going to be $40 million. Even $40 million, he'll be making more than he's ever done collectively in his career. How can somebody just be like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to fight an exhibition and collect $40 million. Put it this way. Some people got to see it as a strategic move. Since this is an exhibition, how big will the Lamont Roach rematch be? Maybe people need to see this as a sacrifice. Think about it. As a sacrifice. It's almost like, I'm going to give you an example, folks. And I know you're not going to like it because some people just don't like Floyd Mayweather, but I like Floyd Mayweather. I like Floyd Mayweather, right? Sometimes you need to make sacrifice for the greater good of the lucrative potential fight that you got in the sport of boxing. You truly think that Floyd Mayweather wanted to do Dancing with the Stars? You truly think that Floyd Mayweather wanted to fight the Big Show at WrestleMania? But that is what made Floyd Mayweather more of a money man than beating just Oscar De La Hoya. Let's not forget what Floyd Mayweather had to do. He had to put his ballerina shoes on, go to Dancing with the Stars. He needed to go to the WWE, and that made Money Mayweather from just beating the guy like Canelo, Oscar De La Hoya, and then every other fight. He brought a new wave of boxing fans, a new wave of audience. Remember? Now, I don't think that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to retire, even though that he insinuated that he's going to retire. But you know how many fighters always insinuate they're going to retire? He just can't say, I forgot he did Dancing with the Stars. He was twinkie toeing. Hey, yo, Floyd Mayweather had a twinkie toe his ass off to be money, man. When he beat Oscar De La Hoya, he became the face of boxing. But when he did Dancing with the Stars, the number one rating show at the time, that and American Top Model, and then you went to to WWE. Think about this, folks. Hold on. Let's do it. Let me show you what Floyd Mayweather did. Watch this. Mayweather versus Big Show. Watch. Versus Big Show. Pay-per-view buys. Pay-per-view. We're going to do this live. Pay-per-view buys. Okay. All right. Let me see. All right. 2009. What was it? Floyd Mayweather. Let's say Floyd Mayweather. Where's the Floyd Mayweather one? Where's the Floyd Mayweather one? Give me a second. Let me see if I got it right here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Smash that like button. $5 per like. Let's go. Let's go. Con los 30 pesos. Choza tu queso. Dímelo, mi hermano. Que Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. A comprar comida china mañana para la familia. Good looking out. All right. Let me see. The Floyd Mayweather. Was it this one? Floyd Mayweather. They did over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Hold on. How much was it? Over 1 million pay-per-view buys. The match of Mayweather versus Big Show was responsible for the incredible 1 million pay-per-view buys. It's big time. No. Wait a minute. So think about that. What year was that? That was 2008, right? 2008. He became way much of a bigger star, made more of a pay-per-view attraction. Now, remember what I said, folks. If y'all familiar with the channel, smash that like button. I did say, this is what I said. That Canelo Alvarez should fight Jake Paul. Remember? I said Canelo Alvarez should fight Jake Paul. Become a bigger attraction, right? On Netflix. Beat Jake Paul. Canelo would have been a bigger star. And then go into the Crawford fight. They did how much? They did 40 million views. Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis going to do more than that. That's going to be unfortunate, folks. That's going to be unfortunate, folks. But what Canelo Alvarez did, he went to fight William Skull out there in Saudi Arabia. Come to my Saudi Arabia. Forget about it, all right? Canelo, forget about your Mexican people. You come to my country, all right? You're my bitch now, all right? Come to Saudi Arabia, motherfucker. You're going to fight William Scott, the Cuban, and you're going to grab that belt, and then you fight my Chocolate Thunder, and he's going to beat the fuck out of you, and he become the 3 division undisputed world champion, and I get the fuck out of my life. Queso, la música de queso, con los 100, con los $70. Shout out, Choza tu queso. I read this like that little leprechaun. People be capping saying that they wanted to see much. I still ain't seen nobody do that sit-ups yet. Nano depth sit-up Paul. That's what I'm talking about. Queso now, you guys understand what I'm trying to say. DJ Camelo Alex Sensation, págame la música. Gracias de lo mío. Que Dios te bendiga, queso. Ay, otro. Con los $100. Queso. What do we want? Queso. Who do we need? Queso. Pass the plate. Nelo better beat Shiraz and pass the torch to David Benavidez. Let me say it like this, Queso. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, my brother. God bless you, brother. You already know, hope that health is right. Hey, yo, Queso. You said 207, right? 207, October 25th, right? I had my Hey, yo, Queso, check this out. Queso, check this out, Queso. Hold on. Let me see. Damn, man, I gotta charge my phone, man. I would have told you my playlist right quick. 207, all right. Okay. Yo, I was my man. I gotta charge my phone. I'll show you my playlist, man. I'm thinking I'm that. I'm thinking I'm Rocky, and then the next day I'm thinking I'm Creed. Huh? Yeah, man. I think I'm Adonis. Hey yo, Cassie, you ever went running and you got this thing? Yo, I'm gonna run, damn 3-4 miles. I'm gonna run it, and then you go do 3 laps. I ain't gonna do it tonight. I ain't gonna do it today. Oh shit, yo. But man, hey yo, 207. I'm looking at the calendar like, damn, 207. Can I do 207? Rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Code in the building. It was good, man. Ahora tú estás perdido, mi hermano. Tú estás perdido. Tú estás perdido. Hold on, let it charge. Let it charge. I'll show you. Remind me. We not how many miles you do. I ain't gonna tell you, Savage. I ain't gonna tell you my damn regiment, man. I just gotta get to 2. I like the 207. I think that's realistic. I like the 207. I think that's realistic. I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, all right, man. Yo, I even did the math, bruh. I said, all right. I'm flipping around 225, 226, 230. All right, let me see. Okay, on the 27th. All right, let me make sure I'm really strict on 207. Then on the 4th, 224, 219. No. All right. I got to do a drastic and then 18. By the 25, I want to reach right there. If I know by the 22, by the 22nd, I'm like 210. Do it. I should do videos and stuff like that. Me. And I can't do it right now, man. I'm looking at sloppy as hell. Hey, yo, y'all want me to put my playlist on the post? I'll tell you what got me hyped, though. I'm gonna tell you what got me hyped. The Bad Bunny concert. That shit got me hyped. I saw the concert. I ran after that. That Bad Bunny concert make you feel more Latino than what you are, right? Hey, yo, that Bad Bunny concert was all right, bro. Man, that Bad Bunny concert made me feel like, damn, man, I'm proud to be Latino, bro. Sheesh. Que sacó los 50 pesos. God bless you. You know the reason I really hate when Tank do it, because he ain't do shit yet for real. Facts. Who's his best victory? Frank Martin, Pedraza, Cherry Pick gone wrong, Pitbull. At least the others are great, for real. But that's the issue, Queso. These other guys is putting in work, but what has the boxing world, the hardcore boxing, what value did we put on Tio? What value did we put on Shakur? What value did we put on Haney? Remember, Haney and Regis Programs did 51K pay-per-view buys. They always make fun that Teofimo Lopez fight in theaters. Shakur Stevenson, they made fun of it that they walked out of the arena out there in Newark. We shit on everything that's good. Thus, that's why I'm saying this live. Who is truly the blame? Because if there was money and it was lucrative for Gervonta Tank Davis to fight Tio and Gervonta Tank Davis to fight Shakur, and he could make high risk, high reward. But I get it. I think it's everything collectively. The business of boxing, Mayweather Promotions, PBC, Gervonta Tank Davis, his team, the network, Showtime. Everyone is collectively to blame. The fans, because if we put value on the fighters that's doing their thing, okay. For example, if we're frustrated with Gervonta Tank Davis, who shouldn't we be frustrated at? But we're frustrated with them as well. The whole boxing world is frustrated Gervonta Tank Davis, but we all shit on Tio. But we all shit on Haney. And we say that Shakur is boring. You understand? And I think that's a problem. And to be honest, it's true what Gervonta Tank Davis did say in that press conference. As much as people don't want to hear it, when he said in the press conference today, he said, "Who cares? All right, who cares?" Like the media was trying to emphasize legacy. If you lose to Jake Paul, how much would that hinder your legacy? He's like, I don't know. Who cares? That fight, right? That exhibition, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting it right here. That exhibition is going to have more views than Canelo versus Terence Bud Crawford. And if it does, then it defeats the purpose what we asking for. Because the hardcore boxing community and fans, we don't flip the bill. We depend on the casuals. We're the ones, the hardcore boxing fans that be out here in and day out saying, this guy don't deserve that money. Man, that's a 60-40 fight. That's a 70-30 fight. Man, take that money. Man, you don't deserve that money. You don't deserve that money. That's what we do. That's what we do out here. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I'm going to give you an example. Demetrius Andre came to my channel the other day, right? Shout out to Demetrius Andre. Shout out to Boo Boo Andre. Do you know how much hate does Demetrius Andre get on my channel when he went to the Boxing Voice and people was giving it up for Ness? Oh, yo, when he said, yo, I want to fight Charlo. And Ness said, the Boxing Voice, the guy that's supposed to have all these views and traffic, told the world and was screaming at Boo Boo saying, man, nobody want to see you and Charlo. We going to fire stick it. That's the boxing community. And I'm seeing the thread of comments shitting on a two-division champion in 168. Think about the matches we could have in 168. Think about it. That's how we shit. I'm listening to another channel. They saying that, oh, now ain't fighting nobody. Now, no, it's not that. Now, Una is not fighting nobody. It's because people got to be realistic. You don't follow the smaller division. So you don't got a favorite fighter in those divisions. You don't got no favorite fighter in the super bantamweight division, the bantamweight division, the featherweight division. You don't follow it. It's not a lucrative division, a lucrative content. So then when Naoya Inoue is beating all these guys up and making history, he ain't fighting nobody. We hate everything that's good. We hate everything that has a promise. So when Gervonta Tank Davis said, man, y'all flip on anybody. And I can understand we haven't seen Gervonta Tank Davis test the potential special skill set that he has. But we as a boxing, collectively as a boxing community, send mixed signals. We send mixed signals. PBC, yes, put Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. Turkey Al-Sheikh was supposed to save the sport of boxing in some way. And he did put Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. He did put Francis Ngannou versus AJ in their prime. In their prime. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Paul is more of a boxer than Francis Ngannou. Jake Paul is more of a boxer than Francis Ngannou. And when we are looking at a potential undisputed, and yes, we eventually got the undisputed in the heavyweight division. But let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't had that hype that it was supposed to be. Because Francis Ngannou exposed the Tyson Fury. He exposed the Tyson Fury. And now when we was talking about Tyson Fury, the only under the Usyk, we like Tyson Fury. Before the Francis Ngannou, people were saying that Tyson Fury could beat any heavyweight in any era. After the Francis Ngannou, it not only embarrassed Tyson Fury, but it embarrassed the era of heavyweights of this era. Earl Spence and Terence Bud Crawford did 600K pay-per-view buys. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis did 1.3 pay-per-view buys. How? Where were we? Where was this community that we begged and we shitted on Bud Crawford, shitted on Earl Spitz? Oh man, the side of the street. We had years of talking about this fight. We was there. I know we was there, but collectively, 600, and I said it before, 600K pay-per-view buys, in my opinion, did not send a message to Paramount and say, you know what? We want to be in the business of boxing. We want to stay in the business of boxing. It's only 400K of us. So now the industry or the networks or the streamers are not buying ladies and gentlemen, and I've spoken to certain entities in the sport of boxing. The networks are no longer want to invest in the sport of boxing. The boxing for the industry is dead. And I've been saying this. I said, for years, I've been saying, yo, guys, preserve the modern day warriors, the modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. Oh, shut up, Punch. Shut up. Shut up. I said time and time again, we're shrinking our sport. We're shrinking our sport. If we're talking about Thurman versus Fundora, Thurman hasn't done shit. Why is he skipping the line? Fundora and Thurman is a good fight. Está hablando mierda. Hey, yo, I don't want to see Janelle Charlo. I don't want to see Jamal Charlo. Why Edgar Berlanga is parading a loss of Canelo? Why is Tio saying this and doing that? Devin Haney should retire after his ass whooping of Ryan Garcia. Nobody wants to see Shakur. Diablo. Look what we're doing. We have devalued everybody. I even say, yo, one time I'll say, yo, I want to see Earl Spence back. Nah, man, he's better off retired. Diablo, one loss to the guy that beat Canelo Alvarez. One of the greatest that ever laced him up. And that's it. Earl Spence is just moving to the sunset. That's it. It's a niche sport now, but what that hardcore boxing made it. What are we making it, Savage? We all know it's a niche sport. Whose fault is a niche sport? Whose fault? Everybody collectively, the business, the inactivity, but the boxing fans, yo, in this community, put it this way. If this is the community, your YouTube boxing content community, this is where you're going to hear boxing talk, boxing conversations, boxing dialogue, boxing debate, boxing news. You're not going to hear it on ESPN. You're not going to hear it in Fox News. You're not going to hear it on NBC. You're not going to hear it on CBS. You're going to hear it in the YouTube boxing community. But every time you go to a YouTuber, they're talking shit about the fighter. And it's mostly the American fighter. I think the only American fighter that's actually that's not hated, that is just like 95% love, and if it's 5% hate, it's because they just trolls. I think Bam Rodriguez is the most respected American fighter. And that's because there's not like another opponent that people want to see him, lose to. I think that's the only respected, like almost 100%. Everybody loves Bam. Everybody loves Bam. I said, man, this is an era, to be honest, that we have a lot of high skillful fighters. Exhibitions and mismatches has taken over the sport. The networks are not buying The networks are not buying the sport of boxing, and they're not investing in the sport of boxing. What they're investing is content. Netflix buys content. Nobody is buying boxing. Nobody's investing in boxing. Nobody's giving out boxing budgets. Amazon Prime didn't give PBC a budget. ESPN is no longer in the business of top rank. Nobody gives a damn about the sport of boxing. They will buy one content. They will buy a fight. They will buy an event, and that's it. That's what Jake Paul versus Tank is. That's what Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is. That's what Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is. That's it. Because collectively, who are we saying who's worth it? We supposed to value. We are the one that's supposed to value and say, hey, yo, damn. I remember, put it this way, ladies and gentlemen. Go check the video when I said about Terence Crawford versus Earl the True Spence. And I said, and I did a video and I said, hey, yo, there's so much money on the table when it comes to the sport of boxing. Hey, yo, Earl Spence and Bud Crawford do not get paid less than $20 million or don't fight. I said the same thing about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Hell no, Amanda Serrano. Don't you fight in the backyard mansion of Eddie Hearn. There's so much money in the pot. This is a sellout Madison Square Garden fight. And eventually it did. Charles Edward que saca la $100. Gotta tell Dula Mason, yeah, them the only ones that minimal haters. Make me punch each today. I wish I'm edible. I'm sweating. No, but it's facts. Gracias de lo mío. Que Dios te bendiga. Porque eso. Serrano is actually the most loved American. True. Well, Serrano is actually the most loved American fighter, and she's on her way out. And Terence Crawford may be on his way out, and Canelo Alvarez may be on his way out. Keyshawn Davis was because you already know that Teofimo Lopez already not working too much with Top Rank. Keyshawn Davis was supposed to be the guy that now and what did Keyshawn Davis do in his last fight? ESPN looking at it like, damn, Xander Zayas, was that enough? Is Xander Zayas and Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason and Emiliano Vargas enough for ESPN to say, yeah, we'll put some more money in the pockets of Top Rank? It's not enough. It's not enough. Promoters pocketing budget money. I said a long time that was the biggest mistake that Top Rank did. And everybody thought, and everybody was saying, I'll tell you this, your Dominican brother might be blackballed. Oh, yeah, I am. Who? Edgar de los Santos? Well, Edgar de los Santos got me a little bit frustrated with that fight with Shakur Stevenson. I really didn't like his performance, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people blame Shakur Stevenson, but I think there should have been some type of adjustments in that fight for Edgar de los Santos. I think Edgar de los Santos is good enough to make an adjustment, and he was just chasing. But it is what it is. Canelo Alvarez did the same thing with William Skull. But think about it, man. Look where these guys fighting. Eddie Cedillo Martinez just got signed by Top Rank. Non-televised fight. Naoya Inoue was on Facebook over here. It's looking bad. It's looking bad for boxing, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking bad in America. But now we're going to be talking about Jake Paul and Tank. How much pay-per-view? A lot of people talking about, Thurman versus Fundura. Oh, man, paper, I ain't paying no paper. Why not? Why not, folks? Why not? Is the fight good? I like the fight. I mean, Thurman never showed me a boring fight. Keith one time Thurman never gave me the impression like, man, I never want to see this guy again. Fundura never gave me the impression. Fundura goes out every fucking fight. Sometimes we look at Fundura and be like, yo, my man, use your 6'5", 6'6" frame and identify their range. Work on your jab, but the dude just want to be on the inside and fight. Keith Thurman loves to fight. Fundura loves to fight. I ain't going to pay for the pay-per-view. Why not? You're going to be entertained. You're going to be entertained. Sometimes when I'm in a lounge or in a club, I don't look, sometimes I go to happy hour, folks. And when it's happy hour, the Jack and Coke is $8. But if I stay after 7:30 or 8 o'clock, those $9, $8 becomes $15 and $16. Am I going to tell the bartender, oh, come on, I'm out of here, man. For real, come on. Just like 10 minutes ago, this drink was $11. I'm out of here. You're jerking me. You're jerking. No, give me the damn jacket. Let me get another round. Who wants a drink? Shots for you. Shots for you. I don't go to the damn gas station. Today it was cheaper than the day before yesterday. And if it goes back up, am I going to be like, hey, yo, no. What's going on? Hey, yo, Deli. Hey, yo, Deli, man. What's going on, man? Why the price is so high? What do you mean? Why is so high? Get the fuck out of here. You cannot pump gas. Do you have the money to do it? So get the fuck out of here and go to the gas station at 7-Eleven that just open up. This is the price for the gas, motherfucker. If you don't like it, blame Donald Trump, right? It is what it is, bro. I still got to get gas. I still might go to the bar here and there, damn it. But I got to make 207 pounds. Thurman by KO. We complain too much, man. Hey, yo, boxing is like tennis in the hood, all right? In New York, most of the tennis court, you just can't go to the tennis court. You got to become a member. You got to have a petition. It's not the tennis courts. Most of the tennis courts in New York City is not like the basketball court. You could just go to the basketball court. Hey, guess what? Boxing is bougie now. Boxing is a bougie sport. You got to have some little ching-ching. You got to. That's it. It is what it is. It's like tennis in the hood. All right? It is what it is. That's where boxing is at right now. But if you love the sport of boxing and they give you a potential matchup, stop knocking it down. Everybody's always knocking the potential. Hey, yo, Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin is a good mother effing fight. Jojo Diaz versus, and in the co-main event, you're going to have Jojo Diaz versus Kid Austin. Hey, yo, that's a good-ass fight. I'm going to watch. Yeah, I'm going to buy the subscription to DAZN and stuff like that. I still have it. Good. Come on, man. I didn't want to see what Lubin. What you mean, man? Lubin is going to give him work. I'm going to tell you like this. Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin may be the fight of the year candidate. The chopped cheese from 110th Street and 2nd and 1st Avenue, my brother. The chopped cheese punch. You have to go F the pizza. Let me know next live. In all seriousness, love to everyone in here. Whatever you're doing right now, hug your loved ones. Let them know everything is okay. Sorry, pun. Gracias, queso. Facts, man. From the good words of queso. Love. Hey, yo, the chopped cheese. See, come on, man. You not yo, queso. I'm supposed to make 207, bro. When you say chopped cheese, I'm already smelling that. And yo, I shaved my head, right? Because I be in Harlem, right? I shaved my head right next to the chopped cheese. 110th and 1st. And I'm smelling I'm like in the corner, everybody chilling in the corner, drinking honey and shit like that. And I'm like, I parked them with the Harley right there. And I'm like, and I'm waiting. You know when you're waiting for a dude to get a haircut, stuff like that. And I'm like, yo tengo hambre, I'm hungry, man. And I'm looking at the store and I'm like walking back and forth, checking the phone, walking back and forth. And I'm like, damn, man, should I get a little choppy cheese? Hey, yo, let me get a bottle of, you know, yo, to be honest, yo, queso, for real, Perrier, it has helped me out so much, bro. I buy the big bottle and I just drink and it takes the hunger away for a while. You know what I'm saying? I can't even drink like regular water. It doesn't quench my thirst. But this guy said chopped cheese. Come on. Trying to make 207 out here, bro. The P and then piece, and then you want the can I get the pizza? Can I get the pizza on the 26? Can I get the pizza on the 26? I may have a little, you know what I'm saying, you know, tequila and club, you know, keep my weight down to tequila and club, you know, vodka club. That's my diet drink. Hey yo, guess what? I be in the bar and I'll be like, can I get a tequila and club? You on a diet, right? Hey yo, the other day, man, I went hey yo, one of my friends, my bartender, he already poured in the Blue Long Island, right? And I said, oh no, my brother, I can't do it. What you mean, bro? Because you know when you go to the spot, they already know what you drink. I'm like, yo, can I get a vodka? And I say, yo, I give that drink to who y'all want a Blue Island? What is that? Get the Blue Island. Let me get a vodka club. Vodka club. Oh man, you already know the diet drink. I don't care what nobody say. This is better than the Crawford versus. Salute to Tank and Jake for saving boxing undercard. Look at Rikishi production. You ain't serious. You ain't serious. But you know what? I can't even be mad. This is why I be arguing. A lot of people be like, yo, Punch, you always blaming the fans. You blaming. I'm not blaming the fans, man. I'm just saying that we just can't hate on everything, bro. We just can't hate on everything. All right, y'all don't like it? All right, so let's send a message. Let's send a message that when it's Teofimo Lopez going to be fighting Shakur Stevenson in February, we send a message and get that pay and whatever. If it's going to be on pay-per-view, we go, hey, yo, 600 pay-per-view buys at least. Let's send a message. If y'all don't want to see Tank versus Jake Pauls of the worlds, let's send a message. But you know what I'm hearing now? You know what I'm hearing? Yo, I think that Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, I think they're good fighters, but I think the style, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a boring fight. What? Y'all been hearing that from media folks. Same platform. Nah, I like the Shakur versus Teo, but I think it's going to be a boring fight. Really? So now y'all want to knock that fight. All right, what fight the fuck y'all want to see, man? That's the problem, folks. That's the problem, man. The casuals can't even learn from the hardcores no more. And that's what's happening. So the casuals like, I'll buy for the Jake Paul. Oh my God, I want to see that fight. Fuck it. We just shit on everybody. Nobody's good. Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, yo, I was talking to a couple of people. They know I'm boxing. They be like, yo, how you like it, the fight? Yo, to be honest, most of the casuals wasn't happy about the Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford because they don't know Bud Crawford that much. Yo, and I was gonna record. I was gonna have an interview with a. I was in a block. A couple of old dudes, couple of old heads, right? And I was gonna record them because y'all wouldn't believe me. The conversation I was having with them, and they said, yo, Canelo Alvarez es un bon. Ese tigre un bon. He's bad, man. He's no good. That's why I don't like it watching boxing anymore. I was chilling with the dudes playing dominoes, right? Old heads that used to love boxing. Julio Cesar Chavez, Mike Tyson, Axel de la Hoya, Tito Trinidad. I don't like it boxing. ¿Tú viste esa pelea? ¿Ah? Sí, Canelo Alvarez lose. He lost. He no good. He's a fucking idiot. I don't like him. He not Julio Cesar Chavez. He don't hang. Right? I wanted to record it, man. And the dude, and I said, and yo, it was like 10 of us. 10. People watching, playing dominoes, watching everybody overplaying and watching the dominoes and stuff like that, just drinking and stuff like that, right? Not one person I'm dead serious. I'm not lying, and I don't swear to my kids. I don't swear to anybody. I don't swear, but I'm being dead serious. None of them said that Crawford beat Canelo. You know what they was referring? The guy, the dude that fought Canelo Alvarez, I forgot his name, the dude. And I was waiting for a good 5 minutes to see which one is going to say Bud Crawford, Terence Bud Crawford. You know why? Because for us that we know Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and we knew the type of difficulties it is for Bud Crawford to exchange punches with Canelo Alvarez, but he did a hell of a job. But people don't know. They just see the same size of Canelo and Terence Bud Crawford, you know, because they're casual, so they're not following boxing. But it didn't look like Terence Bud Crawford is smaller than Canelo. So when they was exchanging punches in the 9th and in the 11th and 12th round, but most of the fight wasn't an action-packed fight. See, they felt that it was boring. They didn't even think, they didn't care about Bud nor Canelo in the end of the fight. What's good? Thoughts said. Good looking out with the $10 super chat. My brother said, I'll pay to see Boots test against anybody with a respectable name. He's almost 30 and never been tested. He'd been tested, but people just didn't like the name Karen. He been tested. That's what I'm talking about, thoughts. He been tested. We just didn't respect Karen. That's our problem. And that's what I mean. That's our problem. See, we only going to say he's tested if it's Virgil. If Virgil did the same thing Karen did, we'll be saying, yo, Virgil exposed Boots. But because it's Karen and we don't know Karen, yet we're the hardcore boxing fans, we're not giving it up for Karen. So we say he never been tested. He ain't fighting nobody. But he is. He is fighting somebody. He's fighting somebody's that's ranked. The same issue when I had to the lead up to Boots, to Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano. Man, Brian Castano is a nobody. Brian Castano is a great amateur. Brian Castano arguably beat Lara. Brian Castano beat Earl Spence in the amateur. Brian Castano was doing his thing. But nobody knows him too much. Brian Castano beat Chisora. Good looking now. He said, come on, Punch. You see? But am I lying, though? Thought? Good looking now with the $2. Am I lying? He said, come on, Punch. He got tested with Karen. A lot of people were saying that, yo, man, he was exposed, yo. He couldn't cut the ring off, man. That's why I said we be shrinking our sport. We, the hardcore boxing fans, shrink our sport. We, the hardcore boxing fans, don't want to admit it, but collectively, we're the new casuals, bro. There is no such thing as hardcores, man. Even the boxing channels, we had to stop talking about real hardcore. Like we needed to stop talking about a bunch of fighters on the come up or fighters that we don't know. You know why? Because you wouldn't tune in. I used to do a bunch of interviews. I'm going to waste my time to do a bunch of interviews with a guy that nobody knows. The support ain't going to be there. He said, okay, fine. We're casuals. We're forced to be casuals. Even the boxing content creators are forced to be casuals. We're forced. I did have Body. I did an interview with Body. I remember I did an interview with Body. There was like 15 people looking on. So as a boxing content creator, yo estoy así como, ay, no hace esta vaina. Test meaning risk, a.k.a. 50-50 fights. But we don't know when it's a 50-50 fight. That with the $10 super chat. Good looking out. Cruiser weight versus lightweight. That is so funny and cringy. Shout out to Mr. Moo Sean Demolo back in the building. How you been, my brother? Long time no see, my friend. God bless you, vet. How's everything, man? Boxing Latino, $50 peso. Punch. Check the question I sent you 30 minutes ago. I know didn't send you, but I'm a paid member. I support it every month. My fault, Boxing Latino. What was the question, Boxing Latino? If I scroll up, hold on, let me scroll up to see if I see it. You said 30 minutes ago. Yeah. Yo, post the question again, my brother. Good looking. I appreciate you, Box Latino. You shit, man. I'm a member too, Punch Run Boxing, damn it. If I'm a member, you goddamn man, you better damn say my damn question, all right? I don't appreciate that, buddy. He said, can you answer my question 30 minutes ago? Man, I can't stroll up 30 minutes ago, man. Can you please? Hey, yo, Box Latino, my bad, but can you post the question again? YouTube ain't gonna let me stroll 30 minutes before. I'm gonna say like this. How many views Ryan versus Jake would have got? Oh my God. Oh, how many views Ryan and Jake would have gotten if Ryan ain't diss Jake? Shit. Yo, that right there, it would have done. If Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did 73 million, or what was it, 108 million views, then I think that Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia would have done. See, because Ryan Garcia know how to talk too. See, Tank today, that was cringy today, bro. He doesn't got the gift for gab, bro. And that's good that Floyd Mayweather talked his way, talked for him for a while. Because, yo, I'm listening. I was listening. It was gonna be like, yo, I'm like, answer the damn question. Tank was playing with a damn balloon, bro. It's like to the point like these people, you know what that energy that Jake Paul but I think that Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia would have done 80 million views. If Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and the reason why Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did so much is because Mike Tyson looked believable. If Mike Tyson would have looked like when he did his last exhibition, remember when he retired, he did an exhibition with a t-shirt. He was overweight. The thing is, Mike Tyson looked believable. He was ripped. He looked like a machine, bro. It ignited the amount. It made us feel like Mike Tyson from the past is back. If Mike Tyson would have showed up fat and overshaped, looking like the Mike Tyson of Hangover, then it would have been that. But Mike Tyson made the perception that he is going to beat the crap, that the baddest man on the planet is back. He's the greatest shape of his career. That's kind of the way, because looks could be perceived. Give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Yo, all right. Let's make sure I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike Tyson came with that aura. That's why I sold. And then when Mike Tyson, I'm gonna say it like this: even when I was out there in Dallas, Texas, because I was doing media credentials for the fight. I was out there with Amanda Serrano's team and ish like that, right? And I was saying, yo, these press conferences kind of boring until Mike Tyson smacked Jake Paul. You know what I said? I said that's gonna bring another 20 million views to this fight. When Mike Tyson smacked Jake Paul in the weigh-in, that's what ignited even more views to watch the fight. Because I remember before that was kind of boring, and a lot of people were saying, yo, this is kind of boring, man. We want Mike Tyson to, amp this shit. Mike Tyson's not amping it up. He said, yo, I added a bunch of snacks to my car, but why do I think my heart would explode if I take that shit? Hey, yo, you better take that. Hey, yo, I'm going to tell you like this, man. Snack is the best product in sports right now because Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. Hey, yo, I want to get I want to be in the snack program. Hey, yo, Cancel. I'm going to 207, bro. I need a snack, bro. Shout out to Victor Conte. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know Victor Conte is dealing with cancer. You know what I'm saying? Prayers go out to Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? All the things I've said is just boxing and stuff like that. But for real, man, I'm a human. And shout out to Victor Conte. Hope that he hopefully beats cancer. He got family, he got friends. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Victor Conte. But I want that snack. But a lot of people can't complain to Gervonta Davis. Yo, for real though, it just means Nelo slipped real for bro. And it's been showing we was all just Cinnabons. I didn't think that Bud was going to do it though. I truly didn't think so. I didn't think that he was going to do it. But yo, Bud surprised me was it wasn't the exchanges, man. I said, yo, he's taking Canelo Alvarez punches. Yo, why is Bud Crawford's best fights look like the easiest fights? Like the guys that were supposed to bring in the most danger was Earl Spence and Canelo out of anybody in that resume. And those was Bud Crawford's easier fights. Because I truly think that the Canelo Alvarez fight was an easy fight. Mentally, maybe it was a challenge mentally because I think that Bud Crawford throughout most of the rounds, especially in the first half of the fight, he wasn't planning to risk it like that. It was when he got put in a position where, damn, Canelo Alvarez got me in a position where we need to throw down. I need to throw down, and Bud Crawford got the best of Canelo Alvarez, and not only offensively but defensively. Not only defensively, I took your shot better than you took mine. That right there to me was like, wow. It wasn't really the whole fight because imagine if the whole fight went like that, it would have been a classic. Like if it wasn't M. Billy versus Lester Martinez. It was M. Billy. If the fight was like M. Billy versus Lester Martinez and it was going back and forth and Bud, yo, even if it would have been a draw, if Bud versus Canelo would have been like Lester Martinez and M. Billy, and it would have ended up in a draw, that would have been the greatest fight in the history of the sport of boxing. If it would have gone back and forth like that, it would have been the greatest fight in the history of the sport of boxing. That would have been the greatest fight in the history of the sport of boxing. If the ninth round of Canelo Alvarez, you take that ninth round, you take that 12th round, and you put it in almost every round, best fight in the history of the sport of boxing. That would have eclipsed, that would out the fight that of Hagler and Hearns, that would have been better than Hagler and Hearns. Martinez did landed the better shots, but the volume was disrespected, and the fight was good because M. Billy fought that way. They're going to have a rematch. The WBC has ordered a rematch between Lester Martinez and M. Billy. What was it, 3 days ago? So we're going to see that fight. We're going to see that fight again. And hopefully they're not a fight behind a Fernando Vargas Jr. I don't know who the hell put that fight in the co-main event. Who the hell put that fight at the co-main event when Lester Martinez and M. Billy was supposed to be the co-main event to Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez? That was crazy. How was it? Hey, yo, guess so. How was it out there in the stadium when it went from that to the Virgil Ortiz Jr.? Like he's not even Emiliano Vargas. I'm not dissing Virgil Ortiz Jr., but he's not Emiliano Vargas. Like Emiliano Vargas is having more of a buzz than his bigger brother. That was a Mexican pander gone wrong. That was trash. Shout out to Callum Walsh. Yo, Callum Walsh be doing their numbers out here in the Hulu theater. He be packing that shit with the Irish. So I think that I think you know what they was looking. I think they was looking at the social media numbers of Fernando Vargas and Callum Walsh. That's what it was. Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. Emiliano was way better than all the brothers. It was a damn tragedy. We was all looking at each other about to fall asleep. Yeah, man. That was a bad move by the matchmakers right there. I think they did it based off, like I said before, folks, what I said, that they're not, Netflix and everybody else is not buying into the sport of boxing. They're buying into content. They're buying content. They're buying content, ladies and gentlemen. How can the sport of boxing survive? How could? First, and I don't believe it's gonna happen. I don't believe it's gonna happen. But this inactivity shit, and I'm not talking about this two times a year. That's inactive. That's inactive. Fighting twice a year, that's inactive. They gotta be some type of schedule. If there's anything that's needed, is for the high-profile fighters to have a schedule. The reason why the fans of Canelo Alvarez never fell off is because you knew exactly when Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting again, right? Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting in Cinco de Mayo. Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting in Mexican Independence Day. So his fans are glued. They know when Canelo Alvarez is going to return. They know when to get glued back into the sport of boxing. But we don't know when Shakur is going to fight again. We don't know when Tio is going to fight again. We didn't know when Tank was going to fight again. We don't know when we know Haney and Brian, but we don't know when is Ryan Garcia going to fight again? When is Anthony Joshua going to fight again? When is Tyson Fury going to fight again? These guys are the high invested fighters in the sport in the sport of boxing. The Tyson Furies, the Anthony Joshuas. When is Alexander Usyk going to fight again? When is Inoue going to fight again? That's the problem. There's no anticipation, and when there's a lot of things going on, especially in American sports, remember, America is a sport country. We love to watch. We love to watch the NCAA tournament. We like to watch college basketball, college football, pro football, baseball, playoffs is coming around. NFL season is fresh. Ain't nobody sitting around. Hey, yo, let me tell you like this. How much there wasn't a lot of people out there in Times Square. That was for the open public. That was for the open public. Tank and Jake Paul was for the open public. Motherfuckers are coming out of work. We don't give a damn about it. We don't want to watch this. I ain't going in there. There's so much, you know what? People want to get home and they want to go to a happy hour. They want to go to a bar because they want to watch Monday Night Football. They don't give a damn about no damn press conference of Jake Paul and Tank Davis right now. They don't give a damn because it's Monday Night Football. Now, tomorrow is going to be a better turnout. Mark my words. Mark my words. Tomorrow, Jake Paul and Tank is going to have a better turnout. But it's Monday Night Football. Boxing is really, Savage said boxing is really falling off. It is. It's unfortunate, my brother. Punch, how many views you think Ryan Garcia versus Jake Paul would have done if dumbass Ryan didn't diss Jake Paul's prime drink? Well, he dissed Logan Paul prime drink. Remember, I think that fight would have done, I think 80 million views. 80 million views. If it's gonna be on Netflix, 80 million views. If it's pay-per-view, I think it would have done close to 2 million pay-per-view buys. Because if Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. and Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson did 1.6 million pay-per-view buys, I think that Ryan Garcia, especially if Ryan Garcia would have fought Jake Paul after Devin Haney. Because let's be real, let's be honest. When Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney, that he was the hottest topic, the hottest fighter in the sport of boxing. Man, the president wanted to meet Ryan Garcia. Everybody was talking about Ryan Garcia after the Devin Haney ass whooping. I think that Ryan Garcia did even if Ryan Garcia popped dirty, because that didn't even by him popping dirty, everybody was still on Ryan Garcia's side. Everybody was still on Ryan Garcia's side. It's when he was doing when he was doing the Twitter space, and he was saying a lot of shit that was turning people off, and it was now you killing your own buzz, bro. Now Ryan killed his own buzz. It wasn't even the Osterin. Ryan was killing his own buzz. After good looking out boxing talk with the $10 super chat, God bless you, bro. He said, after watching the 9th round before the headbutt, it looked like Bud was going for the kill. Shout out to the channel. God bless in Christ's name, in Jesus' name. That's what you already know, man. God first, everything second. Yeah, before that, I was saying it. It wasn't really that. When I did the live commentary, and I'm saying in my mind, like, this is. If it goes a whole 12 like this, luckily that the 9th round came. Luckily in the championship rounds that these guys had to turn it up. But from round number, I'm telling you, it wasn't much, man. Yo, to be honest, I scored the fight again. I watched it 3 times, but I didn't watch the fight 3 times because I wanted to watch it. It was to make sure that live that I wanted to score right, because I love to score bouts and stuff like that. But it wasn't a fight for me to be like, oh my God, I need to watch it again. To be honest, now I don't think I'll ever go watch it back. Unless if I have to do a breakdown of an upcoming fight of Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford when I need to do film study. But it's not a fight. It's not a fight that I want to go back and watch. Like, if you tell me what fight I'd rather go watch back, Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter or Bud versus Canelo, I'm going to pick Thurman versus Porter. If you tell me which fight I want to see, I'd rather watch even Earl Spence versus Porter more than Canelo versus Bud. I'd rather watch David Benavidez. Let me see. No, I was going to say David Benavidez and David Monroe. No. Say that one. I'd rather see Boachuk versus Virgil Ortiz. I'll see that fight again. It wasn't entertaining to me. See, Norman versus Haney is supposed to be a Norman brutalization, but watch Haney pull the rabbit out the hat, then lose to Ryan again. Hey, yo. I got Devin Haney winning that fight. I got Devin Haney winning that fight. Yes! He said we need Spence and Thurman. I pray Thurman beats Fundora. Please, let's go one time. I want Thurman to win. As a matter of fact, if Thurman wins and beats Fundora, I don't mind watching Thurman versus Bud Crawford at 160. Yeah, I said it. Damn it. I'll see Thurman versus Spence at 154. Thurman versus Charlo at 154. Thurman versus Virgil at Virgil. But I would say Thurman versus Bud Crawford at 160. He said, damn, nobody liked Norman. Nah, I don't think that's not about. I think that people understand that the guys that he was beating wasn't that much of a threat, that I don't think that nobody is really hyped about it. He said too far. Yo, you know what it is, Kenzo? Is that Bud left that impression in you. I understand, Kenzo. Bud is that guy. Bud, I say the truth. Bud, to me, is what Kobe is. In terms of this, that in basketball, I was an Allen Iverson fan. And I used to debate this all the time, talking about basketball in the barbershop. AI is better than Kobe. AI is better than Tracy McGrady. AI is better than all of them. Kobe just doing that shit because he got Shaq. Can you imagine AI with Shaq? That used to be the conversation. But when Kobe was doing his thing without Shaq, that's when you find I have a profound respect of Kobe. And Kobe was proving me wrong. I didn't think that Kobe was going to be all of that. I didn't think Kobe was going to be all of that. I feel the same thing with Bud. Not necessarily. I already knew he was going to beat Earl Spence. You know that. He was going to beat Earl Spence. But I even thought that Thurman at welterweight will beat Bud. But that was my matchup. That was the 50-50 fight. That was the fight for me. But Bud has done something so incredible in a lot of people's eyes that now we're matching Bud with a Thurman. Is like, who the fuck? Bud and Thunder. Why are you going to 154? He does something so great that now is Bud versus Benavidez, Bud versus Bivol. That's how it went. It went from Bud versus Virgil, Bud versus Boots, to now Bud versus David Benavidez and Bud versus Bivol. That's crazy. That's yo, how boxing is. And you know what? I can't say nothing. I can't, because I emphasize Bud going to 168 after looking ordinary after Madrigal, but now he looked at great versus Canelo. And now it's like you can't even put a ceiling on Bud no more. There is no ceiling on Bud. Guess. Hey, yo, Kessler ain't never betting against Bud ever in his life. He said, yo, that Bud Crawford beats Bivol and Benavidez by KO. Oh, shit. That's it. Oh, man, he's convinced. I ain't going that far, my brother. David Benavidez. It's hard to say that Bud would lose to David Benavidez because I can't put a ceiling on Bud. Because anything I'll say be like, but you said the same shit when. I can't put a ceiling on Bud. Hey, yo, the jokes, he wrestles. Yo, you saw him in the clinch? I told you, Punch. He a wrestler. I told you that Canelo Alvarez ain't stronger than Bud. He said they gonna create a new style and shit. Hey, yo, man, I can't put a ceiling on Bud, man. I tell you, the only thing that Bud needs, in my opinion, because he's in position to take advantage like Floyd Mayweather did at the age of 36 when he locked down that Showtime deal. Right? When he locked that Showtime deal and became and got that lucrative contract. If I was Bud Crawford, I would hire the best marketing, advertising team. I will hire the best PR. And my next move ain't even boxing. My next move, I'm fighting Logan Paul in WrestleMania. That's the next move. The next move for Bud Crawford, I'm fighting Logan Paul. And this is what I wanted to say. I lost my train of thought as well because we were talking about this Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis. How do fighters capitalize from Tank versus Jake Paul? These fighters have to incorporate themselves around this event. See, I will crash the Tank and Jake Paul. If I was a fighter, I'll be around this. See, if I was a fighter, I just don't be active when I'm fighting. You got to take a page out of Floyd Mayweather. You got to be everywhere. This is a full-time job. Not just the fighting, my branding, because my brand is what's making the money. Not me fighting. My skills don't pay. I'm going to put it this way, ladies and gentlemen. Skills don't pay the bills all the time. Skills don't pay the bills all the time. Not in the sport of boxing. Not today. That was back in the days. That's what changed. Skills just don't pay. And I'm talking about the big bills, the bills that you want to have. Rolly Romero was not getting in the position where he was getting in the position because of his skills. It was his mouth. It was his mouth. A team, a great marketing team pays the bills in boxing. That builds a perception. That perception becomes reality. That's what builds. If I was Bud Crawford, that's the only thing that's needed. If Bud Crawford gets on the stay on the cut, I want to see a highlight interview. Like, there is never a highlight within the interview of Bud Crawford. The only highlight that Bud Crawford ever had in the interview, that's when he was with Canelo Alvarez and he said Ricky Burns and Victor Postal. But it needs to be more. Give me something juicy. Pause, brother. Get off your shell, my brother. Stop with this boring. Because you know why? Because we've seen Terence Bud Crawford when he's hype. We've seen Terence Bud Crawford when he's playing basketball. We've seen Terence Bud Crawford when he's playing pinball. He knows how to trash talk. He knows how to, he does have a personality. But when he has a microphone in his mouth, yeah, I think I told, I was ready for the fight. Now, man, where's that personality, my brother? I said that before. No, Bud Crawford has a personality, but when he's in interviews and this mic, that shit's like dry paint, bro. I will fall asleep interviewing Bud Crawford. So, Bud, what you think about the Canelo Alvarez fight and what help you prepare for that fight? Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people, prove you wrong. He need to take a page out of fucking Bernie the boxer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have, and I'm telling you, get a great marketing team. And this is what I would have done if I was Bud Crawford. I would have gone to that Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Press conference, and I would have said, "Hey, yo, Jake, I want to fuck your brother up." That right there, boom. We'll be talking about Terence Bud Crawford just said that he's gonna F up Logan Paul. My boy Tank is gonna beat your ass, and I got Logan Paul on WrestleMania. How much you want to bet that the business have to say, wow, Dana White, TKO, WWE, Triple H, all of them will have to submit to the question of Logan. So the next time they see Logan Paul, hey, Logan Paul, did you hear what Terence Bud Crawford said? That news is going to pick it up. That news is going to pick it up. ESPN is going to pick it up. CBS is going to pick it up. Just that. Hey, yo, Bud Crawford, hire me, my brother. I'll write the shit that you could say. I will write it down for you to say it. Hire me. Punch, do you think that Bud versus Topuria could be good? That UFC guy can box, man. I think that, and I think that anything that Bud is could be good. Could they promote it? Could they promote that? You need somebody in the other side that's going to promote the shit out of it, because Bud is going to stay. But Bud, he could be the baddest man of the planet right now. Because see, Bud, all right, if Bud is not active in talking, then put yourself as a bad, mean guy. If you ain't going to be like cordial, then act like you bad. I'll F that mother effer up. And right now, everybody will take Bud Crawford serious like that. If Bud said, man, I'll F everybody, yo, then not be the bad guy, because Bud is so respected that he don't have to be the bad guy. But I'm just saying, Bud Crawford needs to be the A side now. You understand what I'm talking about? Bud Crawford is the face of boxing. Bud Crawford is the face of boxing right now. So they say, really, it's Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. We don't know if Canelo Alvarez still is. But Terence Bud Crawford is the #1 guy in the sport of boxing. But Terence Bud Crawford wasn't an A-side versus Canelo, nor was it A-side versus Earl Spence. So in the biggest fights, the most lucrative fights that everybody's paying attention to, he's not the A-side. So the next fight, he has to be the A-side. Who is that fight? If it's a big fight, what would be the biggest name for Terence Bud Crawford? I'm talking about the big, not the biggest accomplishment. He already got the accomplishment he already got. What would be the name that's going to be like, wow, we're tuning into this shit? And I'm going to tell you, and y'all not going to like it, that I know they could go back and forth. I'm going to say 3 names that I know is going to go back and forth with Bud Crawford. And it's going to have a promo. I think a David Benavidez fight. Jamel Charlo. I think Jamal Charlo as well. I think they could go back and forth, but I think Jamel and Bud has more of a hatred towards each other. Jamel and Bud Crawford. That shit will be that will bring out the best out of Bud in trash talking. Mel Mo. Yeah. I got Mel. I think Mel will bring that out of Bud. Edgar Berlanga. I know y'all not gonna like it. Shout out to Demise Andre. They got they cool and stuff like that. I don't know how much Demise Andre is gonna disrespect Bud. But even the Edgar Berlanga will go trash talk with Bud Crawford. And people are gonna be cringy. People are not gonna like it. But guess what? You're gonna want Bud Crawford to beat the shit out of Berlanga. You sleeping on Carlos Adames versus Crawford. Carlos Adames, he not. Hey, yo, Box Latino TV. I like that's a good fight. He could become a 6th division world champion. But my Dominican fighters don't know how to talk, man. And I talk to them behind the scenes, and they just too humble. They don't trash talk. I don't put it this way. Edgar Berlanga got robbed, and nobody been pressing Turkey out shake to put him back in the card. Edgar Berlanga versus Jake Paul, billion view. I'm telling you, people not gonna like that. But Bud and Berlanga, hey yo, Berlanga gonna make you hate him more, and he's gonna talk shit at least. He is. Remember, we're thinking about the money made Bud Crawford run. He's going to need some opponents. 5 opponents that's going to be box office. 5 opponents that's going to be box office for Terence Bud Crawford. David Benavidez. Jamel Charlo. Hey, yo, if Keith Thurman beats Fundora, I'm saying it right now, Keith Thurman and Bud Crawford at 160 is a good fight. If Thurman, and put it this way, if Thurman knocks out Fundora like Brian Mendoza did, I want to see Thurman and Bud at 160. He said Janabek. Nobody knows Janabek. But now he become a 6th division world champion with Janabek. Do you think Bud can sell by himself? Not yet. That's up for grabs. That's up for grabs. The hangout spot was good. What's good, my brother? That's up. That's up for grabs right now. We got to see. We got to see how that helped. How the Canelo Alvarez victory truly helped the brand. If that's why I said that he should get a marketing team and a PR team right away, the best in the business. And that's why I said Terence Bud Crawford versus Logan Paul in WrestleMania. Y'all think I'm playing around? Y'all think I'm no. Bud Crawford don't need to rush anything, but for the brand, get a Logan Paul WrestleMania, do what Floyd Mayweather did, big show, all that shit. Then come back later on in the year or in the summer or whatever, later on in the year. When is WrestleMania? WrestleMania is in what? March, February? When is WrestleMania? Lono's in the building. Bud should move back to 154. He isn't going to fight David. No, Lono's boxing. No. He should not move back to 154. That's the biggest mistake you should make. There is no fighter in the history of the sport of boxing. Only one fighter did that. And he looked horrible. And that was Roy Jones Jr. You don't go up 1-2 weight classes and come back down. You asking him to deplete himself? No. There is no fighter in the history of the sport of boxing that ever been successful. Only Roy Jones Jr. on a controversial victory versus his fucking name, Tarver, and they got knocked out in the second fight. No. You go to 160. You go to 160. 160, you become a 6th division world champion. You tie Oscar De La Hoya. You beat Carlos Adama. You fight Janibek. But I would love to see if Thurman F up Fundura, they'll say Thurman is back. They'll say that Thurman is the man at 154. So it's easy for him to say, you know what, I'm going to 160 and fight Bud Crawford. But remember, Bud Crawford's money he's going to be the guy, so he could bring people up, catch weights. You don't got to do too much for legacy. If he wants to go back to 160, get your 6th division world champion. And I think you got respectable opponents, not like famous fighters or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Not high profile fighters, but respectable fighters. I think a lot of people does respect Carlos Adamas, and I think a lot of people respect Janibek. If he stays at 168, the fight I want to see Bud Crawford in is Demetrius Andre and Jamar Charlo. And if David Benavidez is willing to come to 168, but right now where 168 stands, the only fight I want to see Bud Crawford is Demetrius Andre or Jamar Charlo. If he goes at 160, I want to see a Carlos Adamas, Janibek, Lara. Lara would be a good fight. Or you bring up the winner of Fundura. If Keith Thurman wins, bring him up to 160. If Bud Crawford wants to go back to 154, which I feel like that would be the bigger mistake. If you want to go back to 154, I will fight the winner of Fundura and Thurman. And at the end of the day, the Thurman fight could be at 160 and at 154. Jamel Charlo, they could fight at 160. Bud Crawford got a lot of options. Bud Crawford could fight the winner of Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. He said Bud should just retire off that huge win over Canelo. Bud versus Benavidez at 168 is sexy, but I don't think it's smart for David. And he moves down. He's settled at 175. Yeah, man. It look like, and you see how he's training right now, man. Hey, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. David Benavidez look like he's 220 right now. David Benavidez look like he's 220 right now, man. He said, I think Bud stops Charlo. Hey, yo, guess I would have argued with that. I would have argued with you on that one. I'll just say it, man. It ain't gonna be no more damn Bud Crawford bashing around here. I think Chocolate Thunder could do it. I think Chocolate Thunder could do it. That boy good. 285 on off time. Nah, he ain't going to 168, bro. He ain't going to 168. Bud does Benavidez like Floyd. Choco. Diego Corral. I don't think that fight is gonna happen though. But if you got Turkey out Shake and he's going to throw in $30 million to David Benavidez to shrink to 168, he going to do it. He'll make the weight. Hey, yo, when the money is right, trust me, these fighters make the weight. When the money is great, their whole camp is just going to be on just to make the weight. That's like Chris Eubank Jr. I'm going to make the weight. Trust me, I'm going to get this money. He said, Bud stops everybody. Stop comparing Bud. No one effing with Bud. That's what a great win does for you. You know, that's what a great win does. It makes you feel like he could beat everybody in the world. He beats Beterbiev, he beats Bivol, he beats Benavidez. He probably go to cruiserweight and beat Sudo Ramirez too, huh? I like Bud versus winner of Eubank. Yeah, I like that fight out there in the UK. I like that fight. Exactly, in the UK. But I truly think that at 168, the best challenging fight for Bud will be Boo Boo and Jamal. Yep, it'll be a challenging fight stylistically. Ain't gonna be no fucking cakewalk. I don't give a damn what anybody say. I don't give a damn who y'all hate. Ain't no fucking cakewalk with Boo Boo. Ain't gonna be no cakewalk with Jamal Charlo at 168 for Bud Crawford. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. Hate them all y'all want. I know this community hate on Boo Boo and hate on Jamal Charlo. Ain't gonna be no easy. Ain't gonna be no cakewalk. Trust me, it's not gonna be no cakewalk. It won't sell like you said. Boo Boo time has passed. No, see, that's why, hey, yo, BK, that's where we at right here with the Tank versus Paul. We're outstage because we did see these comments. Shout out to BK for life. But it's these comments we're shrinking our sports. Don't say that Boo Boo has passed. No, we don't know that. If I see Boo Boo out of shape, Boo Boo's in the gym every fucking day. No, it's not his pass. Yeah, because nobody want to step in the ring with him. Nobody want to step in the ring with him. We should be saying to the fighter, step in the ring with Boo Boo. Instead of saying, Boo Boo hasn't done shit, how about we say, yo, step in the ring with Boo Boo so he could do shit. So he could get to work. I'm tired of him sitting out. Hey, yo, give him an opportunity. That's what the boxing world should be saying. Instead of just always saying that he hasn't done nothing. He hasn't fought nobody. He hasn't fought a champion. David Benavidez at the time wasn't even a champion. So no champion is even giving him an opportunity. But if Bud stays at 168, what are the best matchups? Lester Martinez and Billy already going to be fighting. They already got order to fight the rematch. So they're out. Lester Martinez and Billy already busy. Y'all want to see Platinum Bud? Andre Bud? Jamal Bud? Munguia Bud? Berlanga Bud? Who y'all want to see at 168? I'd rather see... The hangout spot said Boo Boo. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That fight right there, stylistically, I know it's not going to be easy. But it is what it is. But yo, tomorrow we back at it. Tomorrow we back at it. We back at it tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we back at it again. Hope everybody having a good Monday, start of the week. But live your life like every day is your Friday. Y'all already know, man. Tomorrow we back at the same time, around same time, 7:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Love y'all in the chat. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the channel. Everybody keep on smashing the like button, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Love you, God bless. And on to the castle. Low nose, all the members, everybody in the chat. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.